In the last episode, we saw how and why Ryan and Maria failed in closing the door to the interaction with Jason to take the time and space needed to figure out what they need to do about the future of their relationship. We also saw how Maria's failure in honoring her agreement led to more betrayal and infidelity, which exacerbated the intensity of the conflict between her and Ryan while strengthening her bond with Jason. In this episode, we will see Maria struggle in defining the real reason behind not closing the door to her relationship with Jason and the impact of those reasons on Ryan and Maria's ability to repair their relationship with one another. Let's take a look. Do you believe that if there is a way for him to fulfill the needs that being fulfilled by Jason, right? Imagine if there is a way for him to actually fulfill those legitimate needs for the right reason, not for the wrong reasons, right? Something that not only he's doing for you, but also something that he wants to grow within himself. Do you see yourself being monogamous?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. But at least you cannot say, I can say for certainty absolutely no or absolutely yes, right?
I'm never not going to want that contact, the depth of the connection between Jason and I'm never not going to want it. I'm trying to learn to live with it.
Which mean what? Whatever connection that I have with Jason is something that you and I will never ever have. Right?
That's not true. It's
okay.
I want that depth of connection with him.
Okay. So if you want that depth with him, is it an issue of I need to have that level of connection with more than one person?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the part where it's either, and this is overly simplifying it, it's either that I have need are not being met and you have failed in meeting those needs, right? And the fix for that would be, well, will I be able to do this, right? Or, yes, they have those needs, they haven't been fulfilled, but because of me crossing those lines, I'm learning that even if you're able to live up to that challenge, that's not going to be good enough. I would need that from somebody else. And that's where we spill into the poly land. Do you see that?
I don't know that it's that simple. I don't feel like it's that simple. I want the depth and the understanding and the intuitiveness between the two of us, but at the same time, like, the stupid simple answer is either you are or you're not a dominant kind of person, and that's just not who he is, and I accept that that's not who he is. It's not me teaching him, it's not learning together, it's...
Perfect. So allow me to piggyback on this one. This would be different to say, this is who I am, this is what I want, here's your chance, take a crack at it, either you succeed or you fail. If you fail, I will accept you for you are, I still want you to have you in my life, right? I'm not going to kick you out of my life because you can't do this part for me. But here's the accommodation, here's somebody else who does this part.
Yes.
Right? Now, the argument that he might come up, and again, correct me at any point if I'm misspeaking on your behalf. He might say something along the lines of, well, I haven't even got a fair shake at this. Give me a fair shake to see if I succeed or fail. And if I fail, then we will either make the decision of, okay, I can be that person for you, right? I love you, but I can't, stand having to have somebody else do part of the things that I would like to do. Or that he might say, I love you, and I can, and I know I can do that for you, and I'm okay, or I'll tolerate somebody else fulfilling that job. Along those lines? Or did I lose you?
No, I can agree with that.
Okay.
That's what we need to figure out, because he has told me, well, you never give me a fair shot. Well, what the hell has the last 10 years been? More than a fair shot.
And again, you say, and here's and that's hard to argue about, because your line of this needs being missing is not today. It's not when Jason entered life. It's sooner than that. So I understand the timeline for you is different than how he perceives it, from his vantage point, right? But for me, it's an issue also about being honest with yourself, and him honest with himself about what this entail too. To me, a fair shot would be a shot where really I'm willing to enter this neutrally, and this is going to be hard for people who have been in a dysfunctional relationship for a long time, right? A fair shot would be putting the history on the back burner. Let's start from scratch. This is what I want. This is what you want. Can we do it? Either going to succeed or fail, outside of any other influences. Plain and simple. Because if there is this other reference point, or there is somebody else is fulfilling my need or fulfilling my need better, and we cannot deny that, right? That there's an outlet that has been working, right? If that outlet's still in the picture in any shape or form, then that's not really a fair shot.
There's no comparison for me. It's not, well, he does this better. It's not.
No, but that would not be accurate, right? Because there's a comparison of this person does this thing for me and this person doesn't. I will buy there is no better, there is no, that kind of comparison, but there is that this person gets me and this person doesn't. This person isn't, intuitive and read me without having to say, and this person doesn't. So it is a comparison of some sort. Because there's somebody who is providing for specific needs and the person who isn't. Would that be fair? I mean,
I see your point, but I'm talking like, I don't hold it against him that he doesn't do this specifically like Jason does. He kisses me different. Yeah, he's a different person.
so that's a great point. That issue of I accept it, right? That the thing of like, I understand who you are, I understand who I am, and I'm at peace with that, right?
Yeah.
Versus, why can't you accept this? Well, he can accept this because he did not conclude that he have been given the appropriate chance to either fail or succeed in being your one and only. Now, let's let post infidelity, post when these needs was coming up.
I still feel like that's invalid because I have been working on myself and working on us and doing everything in my power to just be okay to him.
So again, another version of this that honors your experience is what? I've had enough experience in this relationship with Ryan to fully conclude that I cannot rely on him on addressing some of those needs that I'm getting somewhere else. That, if he can, okay, but if he doesn't, I'm okay with that. Right?
Okay.
No, fair?
Yeah, it's fair. It's
Okay.
I'm still trying to give him the opportunity though. It's not me saying
Sure.
whatever, we're done. It's hey, this is what I need, let me show you, let me help you.
But the opportunity that you're giving him is different than the opportunity he think he's getting, right? There's a, like I said, it's like if there's one position and two people applying for it, right? Versus it's a job that can be shared by two people, and that's where the disconnect between the two of you. But again, if this is related to, I concluded on my end because I have tried, I have explored, I'm concluding that, this might be as good as it gets in terms of you fulfilling those needs. No hard feelings, right? I'm not gonna push you more. If you show up, great. There will be a spot for you at the table, but I'm not going, to wait on you being the person who would do this for me. I think Ryan sees it differently.
Okay.
Am I accurate on this? Okay, so you elaborate.
To me, there hasn't been fair try. It's been a constant, well, don't you see what I have over here? Don't you see this? This new shiny thing that I found that does all this for me? No matter what I say, hey, you know what you know now. Well, I've never researched it. I've never been into it. Yes, I have lately. Yes, it's interesting. But instead of saying, hey, let's go about this, let's learn this together. Let's start reading pages, let's start reading blogs, let's start reading books. Because I found some really cool stuff. Let's build if this is something that you need, that you want, that you desire, let's start into it. Let's start our own into it. Not, well, I already have it here. Well, I already have it here. Well, I'm not giving this up because I already have it here. There's no, well, okay, well, I see what you're saying. But no, I have this. No, I've got this. Don't you see? I'm not giving it up. It's over here. It's right here. See? It's a finite line. It is, no, I have it here. It's over here, Ryan. It's that new shiny thing. See? His name is Jason. It's over there. There's no try. There's no want. There's no relearning. It's no shiny. It's over there. So, I don't know what I can't learn. What I can't learn is her without her. Without the level of trust that we need to have between us, there's no learning her. There's no learning us. There's no building us. There's no...
I can't trust you if you won't let me.
And I can't trust you if you won't let me.
Can you repeat that part, please?
I can't trust you if you won't let me.
Okay.
Every time I try, it blows up, so.
Common denominator every time we try, it's always been about Jason, about your needs towards Jason.
And
I will intervene here because I think, based on the history, there was an attempt to try before Jason, right?
Yes.
Okay. But
Let me,
go for it.
basic way. If I were to tell you, hey, build that couch for me. That one, I want that exact replica. Here, just go build it. You don't have any tools. I don't know you, so you don't have the woodworking
Sure.
experience. You don't have the construction experience. You don't have the background of, okay, well, I show up tomorrow and there's a pile of lumber.
Okay.
Okay, I'll applaud you. You at least put the effort in of going and getting lumber. Okay, well now let's build on it. Let's go and get you the tools. Let's go and get you the know-how. Let's get you the knowledge.
So I'll give you the shortcut along the lines of, yes, I acknowledge there were attempts pre-Jason, and those attempts were not successful, but they were not successful because I'm destined to never ever be able to do it. They were unsuccessful because I needed something more to be successful along those lines. Right?
Yeah, and I'm to blame.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll take blame. Because she did. She addressed it. She addressed her needs.
Okay.
She did. It was,
I put them away.
Say that again.
And I put them away.
I found my way.
I put them away.
I put them away. This is an issue of, in order for me to explore this with you exclusively, one, I need emotional connection and trust, and two, in order for fix this, I would have to rely on this reference point with what I had with Jason, because that is the reference point. That is my blueprint of what was missing for me, and you're not allowing me to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, as long as that this blueprint with Jason, it means that Jason is on the background and with me versus like, this is what I have discovered, independent of the person and my relationship with them. Do you see the difference between like, I want to do this with you exclusively, right? But Jason's going to be on this ride with us as the guide. I'm going to interact with him, and he's going to be on this journey that's supposed to be exclusive for the two of us, versus I'm going to learn I'm going to share what I learned about myself from that and apply it here because I know that's what worked for me.
There's no gray area on either one. I like what he said is true. Well, every time we have problems, it's about Jason. Well, yeah, because I like try and share something that I found. Well, because I found out about it while I was with Jason, it's invalid to him. It's not acceptable. So then I just shut up. Well, that doesn't help anything because that's clearly not working.
Okay, your response to that?
she's right. She's trying to drag her relationship with Jason. She drags her relationship that she's got with him instead of forming it with us. Instead of forming a relationship between her and I and forming it with what we find. She is dragging, this is my feeling, she's dragging Jason farther into us. Even farther yet. Into our relationship. Jason and Maria's relationship has already train wrapped our relationship so far that guess where we're at. See where we're at. And there's no learning. The learning curve between her and I is non-existent because
But
we can't drag.
how is she dragging her relationship with Jason with you guys? Because again, and that's why I'm trying to push you guys for a distinction. There's one thing to say, here's what I learned from my interaction with Jason. You saying I want to learn, right? I'm telling you this is what worked for me, this was missing for me, right? That's one thing. Versus that, no, in order for you and I to learn and rebuild this part of our relationship, I still have to interact with Jason in that way. Which one is it?
I want to be able to keep the interaction with him and to keep learning and growing and to be able to bring it back and say,
Perfect.
hey, look at this.
And that's the no-go part, right? Because again, if it was just, this is what I learned, right? By my interaction with this outlet, that wasn't the right outlet. Oh no, I promise,
I know.
right? This is my finding of this inappropriate outlet for me of discovering, right? But I should not, throw the baby with the bathwater because that was some useful insight. This wasn't just, superficial, shiny, whatever label we're going to put on it. This was useful insight. And I would like to use that discovery for us to rebuild this part. Like I said, that's by itself going to be tall order because there's going to be resentment about, well, I don't like the fact that you discovered with this, that, but that's irrelevant to a point. But if it's no, I would like to continue exploring with this person, I have a love partner there that will share with discovery, and so that we can rebuild our relationship here, that's where it gets conflicted because again, in this route, why am I rebuilding this so that we can get to the point of exclusivity, right? At the end of the day, it becomes an issue of what is it that we're building, what is the destination, and are we agreed upon what that destination is, because that's really going to guide what is the best route to go there. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the destination for you, and what is the destination for you? And now let's look at it from that angle.
I just want to be okay with it. I want him to understand that I'm going to be open and honest and tell him all of the details with the intention that we're going to be better for it. That he's still my rock. He's still my homing beacon. He's still my center. But I can go explore and learn these things and enrich our relationship by doing so.
Okay, but what is the end game? What's the end of that journey?
That's what it is I just want to be okay.
Okay. And
I want to learn these things about myself and have it be okay and not have us end up sitting here because of something that I did.
okay, but again, it's not the issue that
I want it to be okay that I want something more with Jason still. I want it to be okay that...
Perfect. So the destination is what? Is that, yes, I would like us to grow and for me to develop, similar depth of what I have with Jason, right? But the end of that destination, Jason's still going to be in the picture of some shape or form, right? And most likely not just in the capacity as a friend. Right?
Yeah,
And the destination from his part, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, he's expecting a destination where somehow at the end of the day, I'm going to be the one who's meeting those needs and you don't need Jason or anybody else to fulfill them. They're two different destinations. If we just go with your destination, then yeah, it would a logical, or one of the many logical routes would be is by having Jason or somebody else, because the destination does not have that exclusivity. But if the destination have that exclusivity, then of course, it doesn't matter how you pitch it, how you say it, regardless of how valid all this other logical stuff we talked about, it's not gonna matter because it's not congruent with that destination. Does that make sense? And I think when the two of you have that argument, both of you probably feeling not validated, right? Your feelings are not validated about where you're at, and the same thing for him, because the two of you fundamentally expect different things.
yeah.
Now, my follow-up question, how come there is no destination where it's just the two of you?
Because I don't feel like he's the person that can fill all of those needs.
And you know that for certainty. And be honest, don't worry about what he...
I think so.
Okay. I know that for certainty, and I'll add to it is that I feel on my end, I have given enough chances to get to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Okay. Your rebuttal?
Don't have one. I don't.
Does that mean it's because you agree with her? It's because...
Just because I don't know what to say anymore.
Okay.
I don't. This is the path that she's choosing. Is the path that it's not exclusive to just her and I. This is her path. It's got to be.
So I'll push back here too. It would be not only incorrect, but also unfair to say that this is a one-person burden of choose. Both of you have choices about this part, right? Because I would say, okay, well, you have a choice too, right? You could say, yeah, I could go along with that destination, and you have to pitch your reasons why, right? Or vice versa. And again, on my end, like I said, I don't have a horse to win in this race. It's a big, beautiful world, and there's many different types of relationships, and right, it's just different for each people. So bring it back to, your response to what she said. Do you agree or disagree with that part about, I don't think he can be that person, and I have tried enough to conclude that?
Well, no, I don't. I don't agree with it because I think I can. with the proper learning between the two of us, I know I can.
I'm not allowed to say anything. I'm not allowed to say anything about myself that's not something that you've already come to a conclusion about. So how exactly are we supposed to learn anything about each other when I'm not safe to talk to you at all?
How am I supposed to feel safe when everything in every conversation, when we have it and it starts, is, well, I had this aha moment, but it wasn't with you, it was with Jason. Well, I had this aha moment, but it wasn't with you, it was with Jason. Well, do you see everything I'm learning over here, Ryan? But it was with Jason. You're learning, you're constantly learning. You're constantly learning about yourself, and you're constantly learning about what you want and what you need.
And I'm
But
giving
it's
you those
not-
opportunities.
But it's not,
By telling you about it, I'm giving you the opportunity to start doing it.
yeah. But there's no opportunity to start doing it. There's no opportunity to learn about it.
I'm
There's
telling
not.
you what I'm learning myself, and I'm giving you the opportunity to just start doing those things. And you're sitting there saying, well, you're not giving me the opportunity, you're not telling
Okay.
me, you're not giving me the opportunity. I said, hell, I'm not.
So here's what's being missed. Because that's another fork in the road. I'm concluding that you may not be able to do this, and I'm also believe that you gave it multiple tries. No, I think I can, and I don't think I had a fair shake, right? That's the fork. One of you have to concede. In a sense, it's either that you might be willing to say, okay, fine, I'm willing to give you one more chance. What does that look like, and is that something that I can do? Or that, no, I'm fully 100% firm on my belief that you're not capable, right? And you've been getting enough chances. That's on your direction, right? On your end. You might be able to reflect and say, yeah, you're right. This is not who I am. I can never be this person. I had many opportunities, and I'll never be that person. You're right. And that would either lead to, what does this mean? Ending the relationship, or entertaining, parting out part of the things that she needs with Jason or somebody else. Right? Or, again, pushing for an argument, well, I think I didn't have enough chances because X, Y, and Z. Like, logistically, that's where it puts us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Infidelity is a catastrophic event that tears down the foundation of the relationship. The success of the rebuilding process is contingent on clarity of intentions, shared vision, and a healthy environment for recovery that offers appropriate tools and learning opportunities.
How am I supposed to give you chances when... Or how am I not giving you the opportunity to learn about me and learn from me when I'm afraid to talk to you about anything, because that's exactly what you do. Is it, well, you found that with Jason, so it doesn't matter, but it does matter. I'm giving you the opportunity to feel something for me by being fucking brave enough to tell you about it, and your response to me is, well, it doesn't matter because you found it with Jason.
That's a big obstacle, right?
How are we supposed to rebuild anything when everything I do is wrong? I'm constantly wrong.
That's another big obstacle, but again, somewhat easier to fix if he's honest with himself about his ability to say what? I am willing to accept those discoveries, right? And put my feelings about the source of discoveries aside, versus I want to continue to have those discoveries with Jason. Like I said, if it's an issue of I'm willing to close that door right? Hear me out. If I'm willing to close that door, right? But I would like, in order for me to see this, to entertain this, whether or not you're going to be able to meet that need and it would be exclusive, I need to be able to share my discoveries to say, that this is what I have learned and I need patience and acceptance and for you not to minimize it. That's reasonable. Difficult, but reasonable.
I have been willing to close that door and walk away from it and walk back to you with the understanding that once we get our shit right, I can open that door back up again because it's something that I need.
But you see, and that's different, right? Because here it is different between I want to close that door so that I can eventually open it back up versus I want to close that door so that I can get to a destination where the two of us exclusive. They're not the same thing.
I want him to be my exclusive person. I want to be able to close that door and have it just be him and be okay. I don't want to have to open that door up again, and that's the opportunity that I've been giving him is I'm going to close this door and let you step towards me and let you work towards me. And I want that relationship. I do. I still want that relationship, but every time it's ever mattered, I've picked you instead. That was the point of me coming home at midnight, was I picked you. That was me coming home the day after you told me that you wanted a divorce because I fucking picked you. Every time it's ever mattered, you've pushed me away and I've still picked you. And you keep pushing me away. I don't know why we're here anymore. I don't know why I still care. I don't know why I keep coming back to you because all you do is push me away because I'm not doing it your way. But I'm trying to do it your way and you can't even see that. You can't even see that I've shut the door and I'm coming towards you and I'm trying to let you be that person for me. No matter what it's doing to me, I'm trying to let you be that person for me and you just won't fucking look at me. I have given you every opportunity and I'm still giving you opportunities and I don't even know why anymore. Why am I here? Why does it matter so much? I want you to be that person. I don't want to have anything else, and I've tried putting that away for you because that's what you told me you needed. But you can't even validate the fact that I did put it away for you, that I have. Every time you've asked me for something, I've done it. Can we say the same?
No, I can't.
I've put it away. I have. I walked away from it. Yeah, I still have him in my life. I still have that quiet spot with him because I can't function without it. But I have given you every opportunity to step up and step in.
So again, what is the opportunity that you gave him, right?
To be my person.
To be your person and your person only. And I'm pushing for this not for my sake because that's what he's wanting.
I want him to be my person. I do. I don't want to have anything else. I've always just wanted to be that one person. It's a struggle for me to realize that I've always been this way, and there's always been a reason that I've been this way.
Okay. So I'll jump the gun on that one and talk about this, right? And this is the whole thing about, poly versus I have needs that are not being met, and therefore I think I might be poly. And again, and that's the whole thing, convoluted thing. Depends on how everybody defines it. And please bear with me with the simplification, but there's no other way with all this complexity. It boils down to it's either that one person can fulfill those legitimate needs, or no, those needs need to be fulfilled by more than one person. If it's an issue of, yeah, I would like it to be one person, I would like it to be you, but I don't think you can, therefore this is the next best thing. Versus, even if you can, and you rise up to that challenge, I would still want that.
I want to say that I'm in the middle. I there's never going to be a time that I don't want that contact because it's insane.
Perfect.
But that's from my perspective right now of what I know between him and I, and what I've known in every other aspect of my life is I want that contact because of the depth of it. It's crazy.
No, it's not crazy.
But it's I know it's not perfect. I know that I fucked up. I want to share that with you because I want you to see that piece of me. I want you to understand that piece of me so you can have it too. And it might not be exclusive. I don't know that I can give that up because it's a lot. But that's my angle of trying to show you, of trying to bring you into it, is I want that with you too.
Which again, the opportunity that you're giving him is different than the opportunity that he's expecting, right? Because the opportunity that you were given was not an opportunity for us to get on this journey to the point of being exclusive. It's an opportunity for us to have that same thing that I have with Jason with you, but also without Jason being out of my life. They're two different opportunities, right? So yes, you have given an opportunity, but you give an opportunity that's different than the one that he was expecting from you. And even as far as, well, I closed the door, right? That's inaccurate. We just did the math on that one in terms of closing that door, because if that door stayed closed, there would not be the need to struggle with it. There would not be the need to go and clarify. I understand why. You painted a good picture of why. But we cannot say that the door was closed. But even if it was closed 100% to everybody's satisfaction, it's still a moot point because it was closed for a different reason than what he was expecting. The two of you have different reasons of why closing that door is. Again, for you it was closing to the point where you somehow get on board and realize that I need, not only I need this from you, right? But also I would like to continue getting it from Jason. Versus, no, I need to close this door just to the point where you actually need this from me and we no longer need Jason.
How can I close the door and walk away from the need being filled for me to give him an opportunity?
It's a big risk. Yeah.
Well, I don't even know how to do it because it's not him learning how to, it's not, I don't understand how to.
No worries.
How do I?
Can I? Okay, I'll be blunt because I know that the two of you can handle this from me, and I don't owe you anything less from this. I don't think it's an issue of I don't know how. I think it's the how is very difficult to do. Because the how to do it, the answer is ridiculously simple, right? End that contact, give a fair opportunity, blank slate, succeed or fail. Fail? Great. End the story. Open that door, open a different door, it becomes something different. That's, like I said, the how to do it intellectually easy is application of that. I think part of the struggles right now is that
I don't want to have to.
Great. Then be honest with yourself, right?
I don't want to have to. I don't want to
and
give up that contact to give an opportunity that I've given so many times.
Great. Which again is along the line of what is, why would I give that up? Because that's not just shiny, that's actually legitimate, healthy, deep, and all these things for something that I know historically did not work or have high chances of it actually working. But I don't want to lose you because I still have value, respect, love. You're more to me than all of these things, and I think Ryan would say, well, that's nice, but I want more. And again, correct me at any point of time, I'm speaking on your behalf. Okay.
That's why I struggle so hard with it, is I don't want to. Because I'm willing to share it with you. I'm willing to let you learn me.
And I don't want
I lose. I lose either way. And I knew that coming into this, that I was going to lose either way. I'm telling you, I want to be complete with you. I want to be complete with you. I'm trying to be complete with you, and that includes my feelings for him. And instead of saying, hey, I'm not as serious about the relationship as I thought I was because I have these feelings, I turned and I handed it to you and I said, help me with this. Work with me on this. Help me build something with this. And you're saying, well, I don't want to build anything with you.
He's saying, I don't want to build anything with you and somebody else.
I'm saying I do want to build with you. You.
But that's part of me. I can't not be part of me just to suit you. And you're asking me not to do the same thing to you, but you're asking me to do it because...
What is the part of you that he's not accepting?
The submissive, the poly one, the one that wants that insane contact.
So you see how this changes it from this is a relationship deficit into the part of me that I want you to accept right now is that even if you rise up to that challenge, I want this with more than one person.
I want to have the option.
No, because
That's what it is for me though, is I want to have the option. Like, I've given all of that I can give of this relationship, and I've put it away and I've put it aside, and I've given you the opportunities, but every time I even say his name, you go away from me and you push me away, and I don't have the opportunity to just share the things that I've learned with him.
And like I said, if this was an issue of me sharing versus sharing and continuing, it would be a completely different scenario. You're asking not just for simply sharing the discoveries, but also
the opportunity to learn more.
Yeah, and keep going on that exploration. Sure, like whether it's next week, next year, because you know for a fact, you went on record saying what? I can't imagine not having Jason in my life, period. Right? So it's not just simply the option, it's he, you know, what you're presenting, Jason will always be a fixture in our life. That's, am I over-exaggerating this?
No, really.
Okay.
I need that.
Okay.
Voice in my life.
And you see, and that's what we have to figure out is how much of this is an issue of this is started with, you know, needs are not being met for me, right? If they had been met, I wouldn't have needed another person and then have more than one person to fulfill them versus that, well, I've always been poly, but didn't know it until this happened.
I think the second one.
Okay. What is your response to this part?
There's I think the directions are horribly spread apart between the two of us. I feel her pain, and I feel how she doesn't trust me, how she's giving me the opportunities, and how she doesn't think that I'm enough. And if I'm not enough, then I'm not enough.
Okay. So let me clarify it.
That's
And again, you please add up if I fail in this part. We all agree that there have been relationship deficit, and we all agree there have been unsuccessful attempt to fix them. So far, is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm hearing is what? Even if I give the chance for these relationship deficit to be fixed, and that's a big trust and a big thing to do, it's not an easy thing to do. Even if that part get fixed, I am at the point in my self-exploration and discovery, it's no longer about that being missing. Because even if that's fulfilled with you at that same level, this is important in my life and it's not going to go anywhere. So it's no longer about a relationship deficit. It's about, yeah, even if the deficit is filled, now I feel like I need both. That's the poly part. Ballpark? Did you catch that?
Got it?
So what makes it again a moot point of, okay, well, so even if I'm able to suspend my disbelief, do all of these things, I'm not just on board. I'm fundamentally not on board with poly.
Yeah.
When we listen to Maria, we see a clear difficulty in describing why she was not successful in pausing or ending inappropriate interactions with Jason. We heard her provide multiple reasons that either fall into the category of I want to but I can't, or I can but I don't want to. This lack of clarity is one of the main reasons why Ryan and Maria have been stuck in their efforts in figuring out what to do about their relationship. We also noticed that both Ryan and Maria envision a different future relationship with one another. Ryan sees monogamy while Maria sees polyamory, and the two are polar opposites in regards to finding a healthy compromise. What further complicates this is Maria's unwillingness or inability to be honest about the source of her poly tendencies, whether it's a reflection of a relationship deficit with Ryan or something that is going to always be there no matter how great of a partner Ryan becomes. Lastly, it is very clear that Ryan is willing to learn how to meet Maria's needs. But Maria is not optimistic about his ability and also feels that she has provided many chances in the past. This is another reason why Ryan and Maria struggle post the discovery, because the opportunity that she has given him to meet her needs is not an opportunity that is healthy and conducive to learning, because it requires using Jason as a guide rather than a catalyst for discovery. What I want you to keep in mind is the difficult positions that both Ryan and Maria find themselves in. They clearly care about one another and don't want the relationship to end. But at the same time, they have very conflicting destinations. Until then, be well, be safe, and embrace the possibility for a brighter future.